Now I start today's session. First, we have to discuss mainly what are the kinds of agent. First, there are several kinds of agent. That means agent are of several kinds. The word agent is used to describe various type of activity. First, number one type of agent is called factor. The word factor in India as in England means an agent entrusted with the possession of goods for the purpose of selling them. So who are the factors? The factors are, the word factors in India means the word factor means an agent entrusted with the possession of goods. Very important word. The word possession of goods for the purpose of selling them. Next, another kind of agent called broker. Broker. The broker is also a kind of mercantile agent. He is appointed to negotiate and make contract for sale or purchase of the property on behalf of the principal, but is not given the possession of the goods. What is the difference between factor and broker? Broker is also a mercantile agent. The broker is also a mercantile agent who is duty bound to sell the goods or purchase the goods on behalf of the principal, but he has no possession of the said goods. So this is the difference between factor and broker. Now, the third one is Dell trader agent. A Dell trader agent is another type of mercantile agent. In ordinary case, the ordinary function of an agent is to effect a contract between the principal and a third party. The agent then drop out. Here, he can neither sue on the contract nor he held liable for the future for the failure of the third party to perform. But where an agent undertakes on the payment of some extra commission, the agent undertakes by paying some extra commission to be liable to the principal for the failure of the third party to perform the contract. He is called Dell trader agent, and his extra commission is called Dell trader agent. Dell trader agent is very much important from the part of this agency. So when we discuss about the agency regarding what are the different types of agent. The first is factor, second is broker, and the third one is Dell trader agent. So these are the three different types of agents. Someone someone may ask in this type of question in different types of agencies, because in Dell trader agent is presently very much important, because when a agency has been created for selling a good to a third party, if the third party fails to pay the same, then the second one, that is the agent, is liable for that. That is why he is called Dell trader agent. His agency is called Dell trader agency, and the commission that the commission which he has drawn extra is called Dell trader commission. So these are the types of agency. Now, how the agency is created? There are four ways by which the agency can be created. The first one, by express appointment, by the conduct or the situation of the party. Third one, by the necessity of the case, by subsequent ratification of an unauthorized act. Ratification of some. So first one, when there is a contract, by expression and upon the basis of the contract there is an appointment, then it is called agency is created by express appointment. Second one, by the conduct or the situation of the party. If a person is regularly act as a contract, regularly act an agent by his conduct, then and he received the commission or this type of remuneration, then he is called the agency by the conduct or situation of the parties. Just now give give an someone give a message that will the auction house comes under Dell trader agent? It is depend upon the contract. It is all the agency what are the different kinds of agencies depend upon the contract, like upon which terms and condition agency has been created. I am giving you an example of a Dell trader agent. The Dell trader agent, that suppose I Mr. X appoint you to sell my goods to Y. Okay? Then, if there is a contract between you and me that if the Y fails to pay the same, then you are liable to me. Then you are called Dell trader agent. So, if there is an agreement, there is a terms and condition of agreement in the agreement of the auction houses, then he can act under a Dell trader agent. Probably, I think I have given the answer. Sure. Third one, the creation of agency by necessity of the cases. And the fourth one, if you ratify the unauthorized act of a person, then the agency is created. So agency is created by the act, and the first one is by the express appointment, and the second the entire two, three, four, that is the by the act of the parties. Okay? So these are the different types of agencies and the types by which the agency is created. Now, now uh, I now I discuss here that the relations of principals and agent. What are the relations of principals and agent? Duties of agent. The first and foremost duty of the agent is to follow the instruction of the principal. And the second, first and the foremost duty of the agent is to follow the instruction of the principal. It's very much important. That is section 211 of Indian Contract Act. The agent is duty bound to take reasonable care and skill if the thing is required. That is under section 212. And the third one, duty to avoid the conflict of interest. It is the duty of the agent to avoid the conflict interest between the two persons. ঠিক আছে? Now, duty not to make secret profit. Duty not to make secret profit on from the dealings of the contract. Fourth one. And the fifth one is that duty to remit the sum. Agent's duty to pay the sum received to the principal. It is the duty of the agent after deduction of the commission, then he is duty bound to pay the amount to the principal. Okay? Duty to maintain accounts. It is the duty of the agent to maintain the accounts. The another duty of the agent is not to delegate his tasks to another person. Now the question is sub agent. So if there is any sub agent, what is sub agent? A sub agent is a person employed by and acting under the control of original agent in the business of agency. So a sub-agent is a person employed by. Sub-agent is a person employed by and acting under the control of original agent in the business of agency. So if you appoint sub-agent, then definitely you will delegate some of the power to him. So if you do the same, then you have to take the consent from the principal. Clearly, otherwise that sub agency is not sub agency is not acceptable. If there is a clear term, if you violate the thing, then you have to do the you have to be clear on the principle. Now, substituted agent. Substitute agent, where an agent holding an express or implied authority to name another person to act for the principal in the business of agency has named another person accordingly such person is not a sub-agent but an agent of the principal for such part of the business of agency as is entrusted to him. So, where an agent holding an express authority to name another person, then if we do the same, then he is called substitute agent. That is not a sub-agent. There, so 194 and 195 is defined as a substituted agent. Now, what are the rights of the agent? First right of the agent is right of remuneration. Right of remuneration. When the agent remuneration become due, in absence of any special contract, payment for the performance of any act is not due to the agent until the completion of such act, but an agent may detain money received by him on account of the goods sold, although the whole of the goods consigned to him for sale may not have been sold, or although the sale may not have actually completed. So, if in regarding the question of remuneration, if his remuneration become due, he may hold the money which he has received from sold, and cut off the remuneration. He is duty bound to pay the principal. Achha. Effect of misconduct. An agent who is guilty of misconduct in the business of agency is not entitled to any remuneration in respect of that part of business which he has misconducted. Right of retainer. An agent may retain out of any sum received on the account of principal in the business of agency all money due to himself in respect of advance made or expressed properly incurred by him conducting such business, and also such remuneration may be payable to him by acting as an agent. I have already told you that agent may retain the money, and after deducting his remuneration, he is duty bound to pay the entire money to the principal. Right to lien. If his remuneration become due, he has right to lien goods. Right to indemnify. Right to indemnify. The employer of an agent is bound to indemnify him against the consequence of all lawful act done by such agent in exercise of the authority conferred upon him.
Hello, sir. Hello,
Yes,
sir.
yes.
স্যার কি পড়াচ্ছেন আপনি কিছু বুঝতে পারছেন একটু এক্সপ্লেন করুন প্লিজ।
Just a second. I have complete the entire class. I will explain. Okay. Right to indemnity. Right to indemnity. An employer of an agent is bound to indemnify him against the consequence of lawful act done by such agent in respect of authority concerned upon him. So if the agent has done any lawful act, the duty of the principal is to indemnify him if he has done within his authority. So, and lastly, right to compensation. If the agent face any loss, if the agent face any loss from the agency, then the employer is duty bound to compensate him. Now, these are the rights of the agents. Just a second.